So maybe it was like the second week of December, and I was starting this job as a call center, and I fucking hate call centers. I used to work at call centers for maybe like a few years. And it was basically just like, it was kind of like a receptionist, but it was a little different because they had like 18 different clients, and maybe about 7 of the clients you treated differently than the other like 11. There's like this process that you had to go through. I think I went through about a week training with one guy who was super nice, really good at training, but we all know that no matter how plain or simple a job is, there's always this this period where you go through where, you know, you make a couple mistakes, you fumble because you're really just trying to learn the process. All right, so I literally only worked for this place for like a month, and my schedule changed twice. Not on my accord, but on their accord. At first I was supposed to work, I was asked, when did I want to work? I said 9 to 3. And then it was like, oh, can you work 10 to 4? You know, that way you can get a break. Okay, cool. I can go ahead and do that. Within like a week or two, they wanted like, oh, can you not have oh no, what did they ask? Can I come in early? Because they needed help from like 12 to 1, or can I just get rid of my my break, which was an hour, and just work 6 hours straight? Why would I want to do that? But I knew it was a temporary thing. This was only a temporary job. So I was like, you know what? I'll just get ready to break. I'll work. I'm not coming in early. I was just going to work. I think it was 11 to 5. Yeah, I'll work 11 to 5, and then that's it. I don't come in early. I'm not staying late. I'm not doing none of that because, one, I do not like call centers. It was nothing against them. I just do not. No, I'm not doing it. I did a call center job. The only reason why I did this job is because I wasn't teaching anymore through VIP Kid, and I was back in the States, so I just wanted to have a little money that way I could grocery shop, and, you know, keep food in my stomach and be able to travel a little bit. We just gonna fast forward to like my last 2 weeks. Well, this is what I'll say. I made like 2 mistakes. Mistake I made, I think was a very common mistake. This is just what it was. When they call in, there's like a questionnaire that pops up, right? And you ask the question. Ask the questions. Once you deem them acceptable to move on to the next step, you call someone else, you transfer the call. You have people that call in multiple times, right? So I get the call, I see the questionnaire. The person says like, yeah, I had already called and I went through a process. So I was like, oh, okay, they've already been asked the questions. Let me just submit a ticket and have someone call them back. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was completely wrong. What my understanding after that particular mistake was, no matter how many times they call, just ask them the questions anyway. That way we all are on one accord. Like the processes are getting done correctly. So I was like, okay, boom, got it. In my opinion, that wasn't the way to talk to someone who is new. You know, you're asking me questions as if I know the correct process. When you see that I did it wrong, you see whatever I did it wrong. And I can own my shit. I take accountability for what I did. And as you can see, I explained what I did, but I was getting fucking tired of being asked questions when I knew my answers were going to be wrong. She knew my answers were going to be wrong. So why ask me? Let's be progressive. Let's not sit here and marinate on what's wrong here, because it's not gonna get us anywhere. So after that, we move on. I had another mistake with the same 7. Okay, I take full accountability for my mistakes because I'm learning. However, I have friends, co-workers, everyone that will tell you, when I work, whatever job I am, I stand out. I stand out. My personality stands out. I'm never an employee who's in the drama with the other employees. I don't do all of that clicking stuff that happens in America. I stay out of that. When I say I stand out, I've had a lot of jobs in sales, and I've literally been top person. I've been the person that you go to. I've been the person that trains the new people. I'm not tooting my own horn. This is nothing but facts. If you work with me and you see this video, if you're watching, go ahead. Liz, I know you be watching my videos. Go ahead, comment like, no, he's a good worker. I come to work every day. I barely call out. I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. But in this place, let me just finish what I'm saying. Let me just finish this particular mistake. I think the mistake this time was they wanted me to, I did the beginning, what I had did wrong, I fixed it. I did that part right. But I think the ticket wasn't submitted. Because you have to, in the process, you got to send a text, you transfer the person. And I think what I didn't do was I didn't send the text. I did the transfer. I made sure they were good, but I didn't send the text to the lawyer. And it just blew up again. Like, they just was blowing up. And if you can see what I said, just blowing up. Like, I'm just like, yo, I'm new. Like, give me an opportunity to perfect everything. You know what I mean? Like, I've had jobs in fast food, and no one who did training literally went to the register and didn't ask one question. Not one person. Not one person. And I worked at Chick-fil-A. Literally, there were people who were getting like owners of stores that did training that, really briefly, like, I guess when you're going to be a manager, you own a Chick-fil-A, you go to another store to do training. And they do the same training as everybody else. And they would practice on the register as well. There was not one owner that did not ask a question to everybody. Like, oh, where's this? Where is this button? Or how do you take the lettuce off? It's just a part of being new. And they did not understand that shit at all. And excuse my language, it just annoyed me. And it really just brought flashbacks of why I stopped working in America. So we had that situation, and one of the last things I just said to them, I was like, you know what, anytime that I got a question, I'm just going to ask you. This way, this is not an issue. So I got to the point where there was another guy who he wanted to be a manager, man. He was thirsty. You never meet one of those people who want to be a manager so bad that they just straight, guzzling, just deep throating real hard. And when they get the power, it goes to their head. And I guess he thought because I was new, I was someone who you could just come at sideways. If I know that I'm new, I'm not going to let you talk to me any type of way. I'm going to correct your ass right then and there. And if I feel the need to quit, I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. I don't have a chip on my shoulder, but you're going to talk to me correctly. That's just what's going to happen. Like, in America, that's another problem. You know, you got people on power trips. Like, there was one time I was already on a call and he wanted help, and I couldn't help him because I was on a call. So he decided to like call me out in the group. And I'm like, well, I'm on a call. Like, why you expect me to hang up to make a call that you want me to make when I'm already talking to someone? Please explain that to me. Man. All right, so it got to the point where I was like, you know what? This ain't working for me. Like, I was only getting paid $5 an hour. So everybody who works in America, right? You tell me what $5 an hour is gonna get you. $5 an hour. $5 an hour. That's what I was paid. Do you think I'm about to put up with this bullshit? It got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna quit. So I worked my entire Monday. And actually, no, I think I quit like the last hour. I was supposed to work like 11 to 5. By 4 o'clock, I was done. I sent the owner a very respectful text. I'm going to show you right now. To me, that was very respectful. Even though I quit, I just up and quit, that was very respectful. I told him, I see you trying to grow your company in ways it just didn't align for me, and I didn't want to stop him from his growth. That is very respectful. Very respectful. This was my problem with him. We got paid 2 times a month, the 5th and the 20th. and I think it was the fifth paycheck of January. I didn't even get, it was, no. I got the first paycheck was the 20th, I got the fifth. I think it was like the fall, no. I think it was the 20th. It was January 20th paycheck. One of the January checks I did not get. And it was the 5th. It was January 5th. Yep. It was January 5th paycheck. I did not get. And he was saying, he got locked out of the PayPal, which he uses PayPal to pay everyone. One thing I did leave out is that everyone worked internationally. The owner is in Canada, but he was hiring people in Mexico. And that's very important. It was something I later said to him. He pays everyone through PayPal, right? Or through this system called Wise. When I first started, I was told that I could get paid through my bank account, through a wire transfer, or Wise. I chose to get paid through my bank account, and I shared that information with him. I got my first 2 paychecks straight through there, no problem. Then all of a sudden, he's locked out of PayPal. Why are you locked out of PayPal? I don't even know. Whatever. I'm not even gonna call you a liar. However, after I quit, I was trying to get paid for me. He owed me about $300, and I was just not getting my paycheck. It was taking forever. My problem with this entire process is he is not being progressive. I have to reach out to him. I have to keep talking to him. And honestly, well, let me finish the story, and then I'm gonna say something about him. It was just ridiculous. Why am I reaching out to the business owner who owes me money? You know what I mean? What sense does that make? Like, you owe me money. You're supposed to reach out to me. You know, I kept having to text him. So I was like, okay, cool. So it literally took me to, and he would also ignore my text too. Like, literally, he would be online. I would text him early in the morning. I wouldn't get a reply until later that night. And I know he saw my text because he works. And they communicate through WhatsApp. They, like, literally, the group chat is in WhatsApp. I was texting him through WhatsApp. And it was like, nah. I wasn't getting a response until later on in the day. So it took me to text the person that actually helped me get the job. We were friends. We don't even talk now. I actually could care less if we're not even friends, because the way it was, the person that I was communicating the first screenshots, the way she was communicating, I don't even like it. I could care less that we're not even friends anymore, to be honest with you. It took me to text her to tell him that I will threaten to go to the Canadian government. After I sent that text, I get this. Do you see the avoidance of accountability? Complete avoidance of accountability. The way you're talking to me. First of all, hey, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know I'm on YouTube. I love to travel. I come from the west side of Baltimore. We do not, if you talking like this, we might as well fight. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If me and him would have had these conversations in person, I would have not been mildly, that was mild compared to what I would say to you in person. Very mild. I'm a nice person. I'm a nice guy. I don't like problems. I don't like bad energy. But what I don't tolerate is someone who wants to fight, who wants to argue, who doesn't take accountability. One of the first things that I think about is, once I'm done with this situation that I'm in with you, I will never speak to you again. You're just someone I don't want around me. I just don't do that type of energy. I grew up around that type of energy. My mother had that same type of energy, and guess what? I'm not saying I'm proud to say this, but I haven't seen or talked to that woman in 12 years, and I don't plan on to. But I don't like that type of energy. I keep it away from me. It's just not good. People who cannot take accountability in their own actions and say, you know what, this is frustrating. I did mess up, or let me try to help it. Let me try to help, because at the end of the day, this falls back on me somewhat because of what happened with me. This person is without, but he's not doing that. He basically wanted me to set up this Wise account, and I didn't have the paperwork for Wise to verify me. I also would like to point out, in the entire time me and him are talking, this dumb did not know anything. He never told me to call Wise. He didn't do anything, but he has the audacity to sit here and tell me that if I would have did this a while ago, that problem would have been solved. You didn't even know what to do, my man. You didn't even know. And this is how you set up your way of paying your employees. Because you have that disrespectful mouth. You will sit there and talk to me the way you did after you owed me money. And you will come out, you will talk out of the side of your neck like that? This is not a threat, Jose, and I know you watching this video, but I guarantee you, you wouldn't have talked all that shit in person. You would not have dared. You would not have. You would not have. And you could go comment and be like, oh, I just say what I want. You could be the little Texan thug that you want to be. But I can guarantee you, if I was in your face, you would have never said none of this. You would have never said none of this. And honestly, if this was an American job, I would have sued your ass so fucking bad. Excuse my language. But I would have sued you so bad that you wouldn't even have a call center. You'd be calling yourself, wishing that you still had a call center. So let's just move on to the point where we get the payment set up. I get sent the money. Jose is still talking shit. Like, he's still talking big shit. Like, and I'm just looking at this man like, how old are you? Aren't you supposed to be a businessman? Even after everything you put me through, I wish you the best. And you still talk shit. Jose, I'm trying to tell you, if you was watching this, if me and you were in person, the whole scenario would have played out differently. And you could take that any way you want to. Any way you want to. Any way you want to. And you have the audacity to talk about my work ethic. First of all, I'm just going to keep it a buck. The files that we worked on, they have so many grammatical errors. I mean, they were just all, I guess no disrespect to them. I understand that a lot of them lived in Bolivia and different places in Mexico. So they did not know English that well. I mean, they did. They were very fluent, but they didn't know how to write it that well. Don't you dare come at my work ethic when you are someone who is very fluent in English and you couldn't even point out the grammatical errors in your work. And those documents, you probably didn't even show the lawyers that you work with the documents that you use. Because I'm sure as American lawyers, they would have been like, hold on, we need to fix some of this. While I was even working there, Jose himself pointed out the errors in his own system. So again, Jose, you are a piece of shit. You did not take accountability of the whole entire situation, but you try to sit here and talk shit. You really, like, I can't. You try to point the finger at me and say as if I'm the wrong one when I figured out the problem that you had with your pay system. Man, come on. And for those of you who know me, y'all already know. Y'all already know. So I don't even. The reason why that you are hiring people in Mexico and Bolivia is because you're too cheap to pay Canadians. You're doing the same thing America does. Like to hire labor from other countries because it's cheaper to pay the people that live there. And he knows that. He knows that. He's nothing but a cheap bastard. But Jose, you're a piece of work. You're definitely a piece of work. I'm going to put the company is Jump Contact. Literally, it's called Jump Contact. And I'm not hurt and I'm not bitter. But if a question ever, no matter where I am in YouTube, 1 million followers, 2 million followers, 3 million followers, if someone ever asked me, what is the worst job you ever had? I would literally be like, yeah, Jump Contact. It is a international call center for Americans. It's basically like a call center for a bunch of American businesses. It's just a horrible place. Like, you took a whole entire month to pay me $300. Now, mind you, I was not really hurt for the $300, but what I did want to do, I wanted to use that $300 and convert it into Korean won. That way I had cash when I got here. That's why it was so important for me to get paid before February 10th, because I knew I was leaving on that date. I also want to throw out, I was going to continue to work for Jump Contact while I was here. That was going to be something I could have done during my quarantine period to make sure that I wasn't, wasn't too bored. I was going to continue to work. But I'm glad I didn't, because he showed his true character once I threatened to go to the government on him. Now, I'm sorry, I know that was like kind of intense, and that's actually like a side of me I don't want to see. But this is a part of the traveling world that I want to, inform everybody about. Don't, there are good jobs out there. There are people out there that will hire people, that will pay people to speak English for them. But you really got to watch out for who you work for. I would, if you come across this video, I would literally, if Jump Contact ever came by you, if you talking to Jose right now, I would hit the U-turn. And I just want to put a little cherry on the top before I end this video. If you think that I was the only one that went through this, I'm going to show you another employee who went through the same thing. From that text, the only thing that I got was this man was never paid on time. He was never paid on time. And to be honest with you, I was never paid on time. My first check, I got a week later. The second check, I got 2 days later. 2 days later may not seem like much, and it really isn't much, but we were never paid on time. Never paid on time. So I'm not the only one that had this issue with Jose. Obviously, there was another person that had the issue with Jose, and I don't know who else had the issue with Jose. Oh, last thing before I end this video. If Jose and his little employees, if you watching this video and from what I got, Jose loves to talk shit. He loves to talk about the other person, but he won't, again, take accountability. Outside of that, outside of someone else having the problem with him, what was so funny is that when I was talking to him about being paid, one thing that he said was, everybody here, they talk shit about you, but I defended you. All of you look stupid. Each and every one of you. Every single one of you that talk trash, whatever you said about me, you're stupid. And let me explain why you're stupid. I only talked to about 2 of y'all. The guy who trained me, the girl who got me the job, who helped me get the job, and Jose. Everybody else, I never exchanged words with. And if I did, it was through the group text because I was asking a question. No one knew anything about me personally except maybe like YouTube, and I lived in the United States. What shit you could have talked about me, I have no clue. But guess what? If you're watching this, you're high school. Like who? You don't even know me. I worked there for a month. What could have you said? I'll wait. All in all, like seriously, again, don't work for Jump Contact, and I hope that we can, today we're like, there are so many childish ass people out there, people who really need to grow up. And I'm not going to say my actions were perfect in this situation. I know me and my friends, people who really know me, no matter what situation that I get in that I may have feel wronged, there's always something that I try to do for self-reflection to see, hey, what could I have done better? What is there anything that I could have done better in this situation? And I'll be honest, I'll ask that question to myself right now. Is there anything that I could have done better in that situation? Let me think. I'm really thinking hard, y'all. I really can't. I do like to, because I communicated. There's nothing I really can think of. I know he complained about me quitting unprofessionally. Jose, look up the definition of I quit, okay? I quit doesn't mean a 2-week notice. Two-week notice. I want you to, and if you think that, I want you to look up a word called resignation, okay? Here's my resignation. This is the day I'm quitting, okay? I quit is not the same thing, okay? And I'm glad I can teach you this. I quit, resignation. I quit, resignation. I know you own a business. These are things that you should know, but I quit, resignation. I quit, resignation. Have those in your head. Oh, also, another thing I want you to have down, be able to pay your employees on time. Be able to do that. Actually, I'm going to teach you, because once I'm where I am on YouTube, maybe I'll do another video. Nah, I ain't going to do that. I wouldn't even waste my time and energy on you. But all in all, you guys, that's it. I don't have more of the story. I just wanted to share that because I think it's just really important. A lot of people, I get a lot of messages on Instagram and Facebook, about people who are inspired by what I do in my journey. And I'm so glad that I can inspire people this early in my journey. But I do want you to watch out for the creeps out there, the creeps like Jose and Jump Contact. Just don't let anybody push you over. Don't take any type of treatment you may lose money, you know, like maybe a week's salary from that person, you know, find out any legal ways you can get your money. But just because you're out here and you're traveling and you may need a job or you want a job, that way you're not using your savings, do not lower your values. Because I won't say people aren't shit, but there are a lot of people out here that are not honest, that do not take accountability, that don't know how to run the businesses they run, you know, that are not empathetic to people. You know, they only see things one way and it's their way, and it has to stop. It has to stop some type of way. And I'm so glad that there's someone, I'm glad that I don't think that way, and I know other people that do not think that way. But that's it. That's the end of the rant, end of the story. I hope you like that. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please follow my Instagram page if you have not followed my Instagram page. Jesus Christ. If you have not followed my Instagram page, go ahead and follow my Instagram page. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to get those numbers up. I'm at 140 right now. I never even thought I would be this high. But yeah, go ahead. Please subscribe. I greatly do appreciate it. I want to at least be at 200 by May. I can't wait to get out of this place because I'm really going to be pushing my channel. Coming like this summer, you guys get ready because there's so much coming this summer. Thank you guys for all your support. I will see you guys next week when I am out of quarantine. Have a good day. Oh, what was this? Have a good day. Bye.